tip. I'm so excited.
But let's keep it together. At least until the first death.
I hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time. And nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl.
Alrighty everybody, welcome to Blood Bowl 2. This is going to be my first video with Blood Bowl. And it's really just going to be making my online team. And I've kind of already decided everything I want to do with it as far as names and positions. So before we begin, I really just want to talk about what is Blood Bowl. And it's a dice-based American football game. Almost a parody of American football, or satirical version of it. And it's very fun. The point of it is to, of course, score more points, but you do that by kind of bashing and beating the shit out of the other players. And it's really a lot of fun. So, with all that being said, let's kind of look at what we want to do. So, this is the team that I kind of want to make. We're going to be playing as the Lizardmen, which are basically a bunch of dinosaurs. I'm really excited about playing these guys in Total War Warhammer 2, and I think that they're just really cool. They're just cool. Maybe in a later video I'll kind of talk about why I like them, but this first video it's just gonna be quick, making the team. So to start out with, let me make sure that I don't. Yeah. So this is actually the team I want to make. I'm just saving the name, you know, just in case someone wants to steal it. But let's go ahead and make a new team. Go over to the Lizardmen. And these guys are mobile. They've got a lot of movement. They are very strong. You can have 7 people on this team with more strength than your average person. Usually people have 3 strength, and most of these guys have 4 or 5 strength. That's pretty good. That being said, they're pretty low agility, which means that trying to get away from other people is difficult. And also these little skinny skinks are very, very fragile and easy to break. So it's a kind of a hard team to play, but at the same time it can be very, very easy if you know what you're doing. And for the most part, I have no fucking clue. So the name of this team is going to be the Zealots of the Old Ones. And team motto. I think we'll come up with another one later. We can always edit this later. As far as the logo, kind of like this one. I also really have been liking this one, but I think let's choose a color first, and I want to go with this one. I think that just looks nice. Yeah. Not sure if it's a brown or a black, but it just kind of looks good. And I do like this. I think that'll be our color scheme. Hit next. So unfortunately the Lizardmen do not have their own stadium, so we'd have to kind of choose one. I don't mind the Dwarf Stadium, so let's choose this one, and this is going to be the Sacrificial. Did I spell that right? Sacrificial, yeah. Grounds. Alright. And in case you didn't realize, the Lizardmen are basically Aztecs and Mayans rolled together, so you know, sacrificial grounds kind of makes sense. No, we're gonna make our own team. So there's kind of 2 ways to build this team. This Croxigor is our big guy, and that means that he's got a lot of strength. As you can see, he's got 5 strength over here. And I really like this. He's a good player to have, and I want to have him early. And you have a choice between having this Croxigor or having an extra reroll, which means that if you have a bad dice roll, you can do it again. And I just find that having this guy on the field makes it so much easier than the extra reroll. If you don't make stupid decisions like trying to dodge these Sauruses out, you know, you don't really need to reroll too much. Whereas having this guy around, it makes it so that you can have 7 people on the pitch out of 11 that have more, almost guaranteed to have more strength than anyone else on the other team. So that's the way I'm going to start, is with the Croxigor. And I've got names for all these guys. And this one is Chun Kata. And that means the Decapitator. That's pretty cool. I think all these, well, most of these names I actually have the translation for are in Aztec, I believe. So yeah, kind of like the paint on there. A little bit of scarring, I think we'll go with that head. And then we got 6 Sauruses. And we're going to start out with all of them. This first one is going to be Tar X a lot. And that means Plague Slayer. We'll just... I do kind of like head 2. So we got head 2. Alright. The next one is Dro Ka Slot. Okay. And that means Dwarf Slayer. So we had 2. I do like 3, so that'll work. Alright. Yeah. And after that, we have Warlock. Alright. 3. 4. Yeah, I don't mind that one. It's kind of funny. Gorlock in my offline league, he got knocked out just about every single game, so it's funny having him again. Anyways, we have the next one, which is going to be Kai Itza. Kai, yeah, Itza, and that means Ancient One, the old one. Alright, kind of like that one. How many heads do we have? We have 10, so we can miss 4. Yeah, we'll go with that one. So that's 2 that we've skipped so far. Alright, Kaitsu, which is the justified one. 7, kind of like 8. Alright, and our last one is Mund Itza. That means the natural one. And we're going with that. Alright, now for our skinks. Now the skinks, the Croxigor is our main blocker. He is, God, never gonna get the ball. He might get it like once in his lifetime, and we'll be lucky with that. The Saurai, I think it's the plural of it. These guys are our blockers and our big guys, but they're also pretty freaking quick. MA6. Alright, so movement allowance is how many squares on the pitch we can move. Strength is compared to the other player. I'll kind of talk about this more when we get in the game, but strength, basically a higher number is better. Agility means how much you can dodge through enemy squares. And 1 is absolutely terrible. And then armor value is if you roll 2 6-sided die, you have a choice between, or you have a chance to get anywhere from 2 to 12. And armor value means anything higher than this will cause an injury to you. So you have to get a 10, 11, or a 12. So having an armor value 9 means there's not a whole lot of chance of these guys going down. But if you look at this this guy, he only has an armor value of 7. That means he can get hit broken quite a lot easier. But he's got much higher movement allowance, less strength, and a bit more agility, so not too bad. Alright, so skinks, we have Hua Hua, which means Mist Hunt. I don't know. Sounds kind of cool though, Mist Hunt. Yeah, I kind of like that one. So it's 2. Alright. As a lot, and this one is just a guy that I had in my first playthrough, who I he just survived long enough for me to actually care about him and remember his name. So we're gonna take him again. Alright. We have Check Paz, another skink that just survived long enough for me to kind of like him and remember his name. And I think we've got one more skink, and his name is Tlaxor. And Tlaxor in my last one had got 1 extra movement and 1 extra agility, which made him very, very, very good. So I'm hoping by giving him the same name, he gets a similar treatment with the rules. And this game it's a Warhammer game in its entirety, so it's based a lot on dice. And honestly, I don't play a whole lot of dice games. I don't play a whole lot of pen and paper games, so this is like one of the only games I actually play a lot of, or have played a lot of, that is like that. So I'm not really entirely familiar with a whole lot of the nuances of it, but I do quite like this game, and I think that this team will be a good one. So we're going to buy 2 rerolls, and that will leave us with $20,000. Our first thing that we need to get is this Apothecary, so that we don't lose our Kroxigor or our Sauruses. And then after that, we'll try and get a 3rd and maybe even a 4th reroll, because those will help us out. Unfortunately, playing against other humans, like I'm going to try and do with this team, means that I can't bloat up my team too much with TV. So TV, or team value, it all depends on how much money you put into your team. So every single time you level up and you choose a new skill, it adds team value. Every single time you buy one of these, it adds team value. So team value isn't necessarily ideal to get a whole lot of, because then if you buy a bunch of these things but you don't have the skills to back it up, you're going to face a bunch of teams that do have the skills to back it up, and they're going to beat the living piss out of you. So with all that being done, that's pretty much it for this episode. In the next episode, we will play the first game, oh, well, let's sign a sponsor, and we'll get into the, we'll sign up for a team. I want to get the Spike magazine. It really doesn't matter. It just kind of adds some banners to our stadium, but, you know, it's kind of nice to have. So, with the Zealots of the old ones, we're going to go to play in a league. Okay. Nope. Join a league. Multiplayer. Let's do Cabal Vision. Open Ladder 8. Is that the one that's going on right now? Yeah. Alright. Open Ladder 8. This is the one that... I forget how you do this. Can't we, why can't I, join this? Alright, well, I'll figure out how to join this later. Weird. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we'll be having a decent season with these guys, or a couple of seasons with these guys, and, oh, register, duh. Yeah, there it is, fucking idiot. Alright, so, in the next episode we will, go ahead and start playing with the Lizardmen, and hopefully having a good time with that. So, yeah, see you then.